My name is Nikki. I'm an English makeup artist and I live with Carlo and our daughter Sky in Positano, Italy. Our house is far from the road but surrounded by fruit trees and olive groves, and we grow our own food. We'll show you what it's really like to live on the Amalfi Coast. Subscribe and welcome to the Positano Diaries. Good morning from our garden, which now has a fountain. It was an experiment to see whether it would water all this. It's not quite doing what he expected, so I'm going to close it off if I can figure out which tap. Well, the tree is nice and wet. Luca arrived a while ago and he's bought me a present. He's bought me some parsley and some baby basil plants, which I'll have to find a home for today. Good morning. I've had a lovely morning this morning. So what has happened so far? I WhatsApped my shopping list to the greengrocers who deliver, and he sent me a voice message back saying that they had kilo tubs of Nutella for sale and would I like one. So of course we have ordered one of them. Only €5.90. My friend Annika sent me a video and basically took me to work with her. So I have now had an exclusive tour of the University of Uppsala in Sweden. And the other nice thing that happened is that Luca bought me some little presents, the basil and the parsley that I showed you before. So now I have to go and feed the chickens and I have to go and plant my basil and parsley. So I better get going. One thing you may or may not know about chickens is that they have this is rather indelicate, but they have one hole. So they have the same hole for eggs and for poos. So that's why chicken poos are quite big. So I change my shoes when I go to clean out the chickens so that I don't get chicken poo all over the house. They're all watching me. Maybe I better not go empty-handed. What shall I bring them as a treat? Grab them a little bit of spinach because it's on its way out. There's not, I say that, it is still growing massive leaves here. Look at that for a spinach leaf. Huge, but the chickens absolutely love it. So they can have some giant spinach and that will keep them happy. Hello. Now, there was a whole stack of little flower pots somewhere at the size, but there was a whole load of them. Now, where's Carlo put them? Maybe over the other side of the garden.
Stanno qua dentro, pensavo che si dovevano buttare.
I'd never have found them in there. Eccoli qua. These are lupins and those are hollyhocks. Okay. The lupins should be planted about 60 centimetres apart. I don't think I've quite done that. They're probably about 30 centimetres apart. Hopefully it'll work. And the hollyhocks, I've planted 3 of them in this vase here. They're supposed to be 30 centimetres apart. That might be okay. We shall see in a few months' time. Now I have to plant the basil and parsley. I wish I had my gardening gloves, but I obviously have left them somewhere and I haven't seen them for a week or so now. There we go, 6 little basil plants, and the rest of them I'm not planting because those are Lucas, so he's going to plant them upstairs somewhere. And now where am I going to put the parsley? I wonder if there's any gardeners out there watching me going, no Nikki, not like that. Because I'm really sort of new at all of this. No idea what I'm doing. I hope I'm doing it right. I hope I'm not going to kill all the plants. And what's happened to all that lovely blue sky and sunshine that we had this morning? Oh dear. What's the matter? Is the shopping arriving? So the shopping has just been delivered. Every time I order something, and I'm very precise, I'll say 2 mozzarellas. And he will send 3. Some asparagus, I could do a risotto with those. I might do that. And of course, the kilo of Nutella. Sky, I've got a present for you. He didn't send any yeast. We were going to make pizzas. I will have to send Sky up to the shop in Montepetruso. And I am disinfecting all the fruit and vegetable. I might have put too much in there. I did get lots of questions about how I disinfect it. I basically use what you would use to disinfect baby bottles. Okay, for lunch today, I'm going to teach Sky how to make risotto with asparagus. I'm going to throw in a few little mushrooms just because I've got like 5 left over that need to be used. And we might add a bit of mozzarella at the end, which is not the legal recipe, but it'll be yummy. So we're going to do that. So this is how we do it. So we want a slug of olive oil in the pan to cook the onion with. That's fine. You can always add a bit more if you need it. Okay, onion in. Through the hole. I'm going to let that cook for a couple of minutes. Right, do you think that's ready?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, fine. Tip the rice in. Now give that a quick stir so it's all coated in olive oil. Now just pour a little bit of the broth into it. Not the whole thing, just like a quarter of it. It's fine. Give it another stir. Grab that wine over there, that cooking wine, and just put a slosh of that into it. Not like a whole cupful, just a slosh. It's just a little bit of extra flavour. We should be using white wine, but it doesn't matter. Now with risotto rice, which is what we're using, our bordio rice, you have to stir it quite often because it's supposed to break up the rice, which makes it creamy. If you don't stir it, it doesn't go creamy like a risotto should. Now I think we need a little bit more water in that. And you can put the asparagus in there as well. I think we can put a big load of more water in there, not enough water. Put the broth in. Tip half of that in there.
You should probably cook a bit more, don't you?
Yeah, so it'll all cook together. And then we'll just let that cook, stirring it occasionally for 16 to 18 minutes. For extra yumminess, let's grate some Parmesan cheese into it. He's making arches. What are they for? I better put my jeans on today to make sure that they still fit, and they do, so that's good news. I haven't eaten too many cakes yet. Luca has bought me a laurel branch. Dove è andato il pezzo di lauro? It's got a root, so they've planted it in this pot and hopefully it'll grow into a tree. It smells amazing.
Allora, se vuoi stamattina posso potare questo, togliere questo ramo qua dove hai sbattuto con la testa ieri. Però
Can
poi
I
ci rimane
tell
comunque
everyone
questo.
what I did? Basically, without looking, walked straight into this and literally knocked myself out and fell on the floor. I've still got a bump on my head. And now he's offering to chop the branch off.
Si può togliere perché la devo potare un po', è troppo piena.
Sì, ma non ha fatto proprio frutto quest'anno.
Lo so, che vuoi da me?
Un merlo, vedi?
Piccolino, ma è ferito?
No,
Sta
è
bene
piccolino. Sì.
Holly! Little buddy!
No, è bello.
Holly, vieni qua. Holly! Ecco. Safety first. Non ti posso portare in ospedale, eh?
No, non ti preoccupare, che l'ho caduto.
L'ultima volta sei caduto da lì, eh?
Non stavo caduto, ma sapevo anche che stavo cadendo. Vedi quando sono intelligente. Alla fine sono caduto perché sapevo che stavo per cadere.
That doesn't make sense. Okay, so it has been decided our giant lemon tree is going to have a haircut. It didn't do very well this year with lemons compared to a couple of years ago where it produced the most amazing huge lemons. There was literally about 3 this year, which I'm going to be able to show you in a minute. The black netting we only put on to protect it from any cold frost and very strong winds that we get here in the winter. So it's literally got 4 lemons. 1, 2, 3 and 4 up there. What have you seen? What is it? What is it? Thought I'd just show you something that somebody suggested to me, which has worked really, really well. We've only got one laying hen at the moment, Molly, and she was a bit confused about where to lay. I kept finding eggs in the middle here and they've been pecked and they were cracked. I knew that if you put a fake egg in a laying box, they will lay there because they like to lay where other hens have already laid. But I didn't have a fake egg, and of course I can't go out and get one. I mean, even a Kinder plastic egg would have done, but I can't get one, and I haven't got a ping pong ball or a golf ball or anything like that. And I was racking my brains, and then my very clever friend Annika came up with the idea of a beauty blender. She said, you've got loads of beauty blender sponges, you're a makeup artist, to use one of those. So I have put a little pink, sort of nearest egg colour possible, beauty blender sponge in the laying box, and it has worked a treat. That is where Molly is now laying her eggs. Every morning I find an egg next to the beauty blender. Aha, the evil branch that knocked me out has gone. Actually, that looks even more dangerous. A few hours later, and there's much more light coming into the garden. So seeing as everybody enjoyed the last history lesson on the cemetery, I thought I'd give you another history lesson, and today's lesson is going to be the Torre di Clavel, which is the tower at Fornillo. The tower was constructed in 1533, probably on the site of an old defence tower. It was crumbling away into ruins until the Swiss author and archaeologist Gilbert Clavel bought it in February 1909 for the sum of 600 lira. Now, there is a book in Italian called the Torre di Clavel, which is it's based on his memoirs. It's got a lot of his memoirs in it, and then it's got added information. I've translated a little bit of it. Right, I'm taking Holly for a walk, and I'm going to tell you a story while we go. This is 3 months after he's bought the tower. Positano, 29th of May, 1909. Today I turn 26 years old and desired celebrating in Positano, where I hope to pass the month of June. As usual, I have installed myself at the Hotel Roma, a 5-room inn, simple but comfortable. The owner, Donna Celeste, has come to be fond of me and now looks after me and treats me like a son. This morning, encouraged by the hot sun, I had a desire to swim. Donna Celeste suggested finding a fisherman named Petrillo, who carries out lifeguard and beach duties in his spare time. The sea, though, was crinkled with small waves that made me hesitate to jump in. I remained seated on the sand, letting the water lap at my feet as I gazed at my tower. Every now and then I skimmed a flat stone across the surface of the sea, and I reflected. I could almost hear the voice of my brother Zandy saying, "And now that you've bought it, dear Gilbert, what will you do? You do realise how much it will cost to restore and make it habitable? And in what language will you instruct the workers?" Mentally, I prepared my answers, but I do not have to answer to my brother. To be sincere, I myself do not know the motive to why I bought the tower. It was an impulse that pushed me to an important decision, a destiny that I feel will influence the course of my existence. This is one of the first grown-up books that I read in the Italian language, and I read it must have been about 18 years ago now. And I picked it up again the other day to have a flick through it and realised that my Italian has obviously got much better, and I understand it much better now, and I found it fascinating. I missed this bit last time. So he's visiting Pompeii with his friends. His friends happen to be rather important people. They were in a very good mood. Massine was telling about Picasso when he was at Pompeii, and he made the caretaker angry. Not listening to the shouting, he climbed up on one of the walls. He said he wanted to study the frescoes closer. John Cocteau found it fascinating and took photos of the scene. The next day, with a fleet of 4 boats, we went to Semenov's mill. That would be the villa at Arienzo Beach. We had lunch on the beach of Arienzo, eating fish that the fishermen had caught in front of us, and they fried them still alive. Then one of the fishermen started to sing Neapolitan songs, and another one pulled out a guitar, and we started singing too. Everybody was a little bit drunk. Anyway, that's enough storytelling for today. Let's go do something else. These are the zucchini plants that Luca bought yesterday. Perché metti questi...
Metto una protezione perché se è bel tempo va bene, se no se viene il maltempo mi può rovinare solo per 15 giorni.
Ok. think Holly likes gardening.
Holly, mi raccomando.
Thank you if you've got to the end of my video here. I just wanted to pop on and say a huge thank you to everybody who's come over and joined me on Patreon. It means the world to me, especially a great big thank you to Christine, Andre, Angela, Barbara, Judy and Vladimir. Thank you very, very much for your support. If you're interested in joining us over on Patreon, there's all sorts of benefits there, including photos that are not worthy for Instagram, behind the scenes videos. I'm going to be putting up a house tour, which I have never done before, meet up for a aperitivi and tips and reviews, and also I'll be offering on one of the levels help organising your vacation via FaceTime or Skype, whatever, and there'll also be monthly live stream Q&As with me and Carlo where you can ask us anything. So you're welcome to come over and sign up there if you're interested. If not, stay here and watch the videos. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in a few days' time. Stay safe and stay out.